tourism-dependent economy, and we need to find ways to help them get through these troubled months so that they can keep their doors open when folks start coming back in mass in the spring and summer. And the announcement you're going to be making this afternoon is going to help us to do that.
It will absolutely do that. And, I think, when the president was here, when other leaders of the Biden-Harris administration was here, we made a commitment that we would not forget folks and we would come back with some resources. And so I'm happy to be here to deliver on that commitment, Governor.
Great. And this is with our federal partners, FEMA.
Yes.
It's a temporary travel trailer that was installed last night. Right. And Ms. Groom was here somewhere. She's run away from us. And she raised her hand and said, I want to be back on my property.
That's right.
Where I can start the process of rebuilding. And that's what this lets her do. And it's winterized. It's going to keep her warm and safe through the winter.
Until we get her a real home.
Until she gets her real home back.
A lot of people have questions about the relationship between HUD and FEMA and how that works. And, FEMA is our front line. They come in, they stabilize, they make sure that, these resources are available for you and for the residents who I haven't met yet. But then the long-term funds, the funds that are needed to really rebuild housing, to get her back into her home, to get others back into their home, to get the businesses you're talking about to be rebuilt and restored and employees to come back. That's where HUD comes in and make sure that we give out those funds so that we can build completely into the future.
Grateful for our federal partners, grateful for our congressional delegation. They helped to champion the appropriations bill that passed at the end of December. Of the $110 billion, we estimate North Carolina shares about $15 billion. So that's going to help us, but the needs are vastly greater than that. We're going to be going back to Congress, the federal government, and asking for more. The state needs to step up more. The people of West North Carolina have been there for each other, neighbors helping neighbors in tremendous ways. I just talked about that business that served 29,000 meals to help people during this troubled time. But it's too big a cost for just the people of Western North Carolina to bear on their own.
That's right.
The state, the federal government has to be there, and that's why we're grateful for our federal partners.
And I think that we were very excited, as you can imagine, that Congress did act. But I know, having been around disaster recovery work for a while, you all will probably need more resources.
Yes, we will.
I know that you will. And so, I'll be fighting from the outside to make sure that you all get that.
We got
time.
13 more days.
We got time. 13
more days.
Absolutely.
We'll find ways to twist your arm.
Thank you for your leadership, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
What does it mean to both of you to kind of be out here and just see the direct impact of what one of these trailers can do for residents?
It brings it home, right? I mean, if you're sitting in Washington, D.C., and I'm sitting in my office, you see it on TV, you read it in the newspaper, but until you really see folks and you really see what the damage is, you lose some of the passion for what the work needs to be. You lose maybe some perspective about how long the work will take to make sure that people are made whole again. It makes it real, right? It makes it real. And it's one of the reasons why, so many members of the Biden administration made their way to North Carolina so it could be real for us, so we can go back, fight for this funding, and to continue to fight for funding. Absolutely.
Well, what we're about is people, and people are struggling. They need help. Just look, her entire life washed away down the river. But she's still here.
That's right.
She wants to be here. And for her to be here, she has to be safe and she has to be warm. And that's what this temporary travel trailer means. It's a way, this is a seed that she can plant in the soil of her own land as she rebuilds.
And we're all thankful for FEMA for the wonderful work that they do to make sure these resources are available. I mean, sometimes they get a bad rap, but they show up. They show up, and I'm proud of their work.
They've been a great partner to us to allow us to do this expedited work.
That's right.